conference season has officially started. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the first Solana event of the year.
This is Sol Brothers with my good friend Ino and myself, Simon, where it is our job to throw you into the Solana rabbit hole and show you around in our exciting ecosystem.
Our mission is to take you on the latest and greatest so that you never run out of fun things to talk about. Simon, I am loving the new haircut. The beard looks fresh. I've heard through the grapevine some people say that you look like a hobo, but I actually thought you looked like a Greek god. That's what I thought.
Okay, calm down, calm down, brother. No one believes you, but yeah, I get you. Thank you so much for the compliments. I appreciate that. I gotta look representable for this Solana yapping that we do here every week.
Yeah. Well, it's been another up week over at, well, I mean, not the price charts. The price.
Yeah, price.
But I actually, before we begin, Simon, I'd love to ask you this question. I ask you this question every once in a while, but I always love your take on this. Why do you think that the salami price and all of the tech, all of the great things that are happening here, all of the ETF inflows are so disconnected? What's up with that?
I think we're a little bit. I think the reality is not what we see, really, because we live in our little echo chamber. So for us, especially for us, it looks like super bullish, and that's because we take every little announcement. That's part of our job, right? I'm like being very honest here. Like our job as Sol Brothers and the job of Solana Foundation and the job of all our friends that are doing a similar job than we do. Like we're all in the same boat, and this boat is hyping up every piece of news to maximum, right? So if we see something that's like, this is world changing for Solana, and we're gonna and we actually believe it, and I still believe it, even though I'm right now very reflected and I look at it from someone that has a different opinion, right? Now this other Simon maybe looks at it as like, okay, actually everything you guys launched and did in the past 12 months is good, but it's not great. You're not over the hill yet. You still have some shit to do. So I think the answer is somewhere in between. Like we're at the far end of hyping everything up. We think right now the ecosystem is on fire. It's booming. We have we're gonna tell you why it's booming in a few moments here, because every single week we have crazy stats for you why Solana is exploding. But it's not that meaningful. Not yet. I think we're just not there yet. I think we just need a bit more grinding for Solana to really take off, because there's other things right now that are, and I talked about this before, like the revenue, the protocol revenue is good, right? But it's also not stable. Like if you want to be an investable company with a good balance sheet, then you need stable income, stable revenue. You can't do 4-year cycles, where you have 2 outlier months every 4 years that are crazy in protocol revenue, right? Because maybe let's make it 3 months, but then it kind of reverts back to the mean, which is 90% lower. That's insane. Which company, tell me one company on earth that has revenue fluctuations like this, where you have 4 years of kind of and then you have 3 months of extreme revenue, billions of revenues protocol wide, and then you go back to the mean. It's just a bit that can't be it, right? Solana needs the we just need the maturing moment of a company, and I'm talking about Solana the company, Solana the blockchain, Solana the database, the ledger that sells block space. We need the moment where we get stable income from constant usage with global use cases that extend beyond borders, extend beyond time zones. And we're on our way there. We're right now still in the early adopter phase, but I think we're going to close the chasm on that curve, and then everyone comes in the next, let's say, 5 years, right? Very positive that we're going to do that. But right now, that's, I think, one of the reasons why the price is still detached from how good it looks like, right? But I think do you understand what I'm saying when I say we hype things up a little bit too much as they actually are, or do you think I'm silly?
No, I think it's true that to some extent, actually to a very large extent. I mean, we're going to see the glass half full all the time. I really appreciate that very German practical attitude, which is all well, if what you believed was very true, then the markets would reflect that, but they don't. And the markets don't reflect it because your shit isn't as hot as you think it is. And I think that's a very fair way of looking at it. That being said, I also think motherfuckers are sleeping on us. So somewhere in the middle, as you put it.
100%. Yes. Like I said, reality now might be different than what we see reality now is. But what we're very good at, hopefully, is seeing the reality in the future that other people can't see yet. Because there I can paint my picture. I cannot paint the picture in the present, right? Like, because now the world is as it is. I cannot make shit up, right? Like if Solana is at $120, it's at $120. But I can tell you reality in 2-3 years that looks different than your reality because you believe in a different, set of things happening in the world. I believe that Solana is going to capture a lot of value. I believe that Solana is going to be the place for global value transfer for all kinds of things, especially in DeFi. And that's why I believe that the reality in a couple of years from now is going to show us a SOL price 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x from now. That's the reality I can see. Right now, everyone who's a bit more realistic than us is probably right. And they're like, well, what like right now, SOL should be at $300 if you guys are correct. There's just the opportunity gap in between.
I think we should finally launch Simon's presidential campaign. Simon for president of Solana 2026. Let's fucking go. But before we start officially campaigning for Simon's presidency, of course, we have to talk about some bullish Solana numbers. So the number one thing that we're going to cover for today, or the first thing that we're going to cover for today, is that over the weekend, Simon, a shit ton of USDC was minted on Solana. You always say that stablecoins are a measurement of a chain's health. Could you tell the people a little bit more about your position on that, Mr. Former campaigning president?
Yeah, for sure. It's the lifeblood. It's the lifeblood that flows through the veins of the Solana blockchain. Why? Because the more money we have, the bigger our balance sheet, right? So if we get more stablecoins on Solana that are seeking their way, right, for yield, usually that's what they do, or payments, but mostly the idle ones are seeking their way for yield. That is the same as when the US economy is, not the same, but similar to the US economy expanding their balance sheet by injecting more money into it. They do it with money printing. We do it with stablecoin minting. And when they do it, they have more money for the economy, and that boosts businesses. When we do it, we have more money for protocols, and that boosts our businesses on Solana. So very similar process that happens here. Always bullish for Solana when we have more stables in the veins flowing through our system.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's not just, $500 million in stablecoins minted over the weekend. We are, of course, as usual, number one in 24-hour app revenue. So, this reflects the data a couple of days ago, but it's like $5 million in app revenue within 24 hours, as well as DEX volume hitting about $3.5 billion within a 24-hour period. I mean, Jesus Christ, Simon, we're just crushing these metrics. It's kind of nuts just how much trading, even in a dead market, is happening.
Yeah, I mean, right now, what do you think people are trading right now? What's happening? Why is there so much activity? And did you pick anything up on the feed?
I mean, some of it is just going to be market makers doing their thing, right? Keeping markets liquid. So that's going to account for a lot of the trading, I believe. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, Pump Fund is still making $1 million per day, and I don't know if it's because they're max extracting their users. I don't know. I'm not aware of any really big runners that everybody is investing in. So and even looking at the blue chip coins like Cloud or Solid or Jupiter, you can see the volume on those coins are kind of dead, right? So yeah. I don't really know what the fuck is going on.
I think I have like a few ideas. Unfortunately, blue chips and protocol tokens are mostly dead because they're just like, there's no hype around them right now. But there's hype around certain things. There's Seeker, actually, SKR. I talked about this in our last episode a lot. So the Seeker token actually has a pretty healthy volume right now. I saw a chart where they said that Seeker is the most bought token from smart money based on whatever analysis they did, but a lot of smart money flowing into the SKR token. Arguably, you can imagine why. Like, it's a low cap token issued by Solana Mobile Labs, right? Like by so there's like a lot of trust around that token, and it's still fairly cheap. So but that one is getting some volume, and then there's some meme coins like Claude that are getting also some volume that are just jumping on some Twitter trends right now that are going on. So there's always something happening in the trenches on Solana. That's a good thing.
You just reminded me of a picture that the White House posted. I think you know exactly what picture I'm talking about. It's the picture of Trump walking with a penguin over in Greenland with a flag, and then that created this like penguin meme coin. And it's surprising to me the Pengu community didn't capitalize this on a little bit, capitalize it a little bit more. But yeah, there's like this new penguin meme coin that seems to be catching a little. Hey, everyone is thirsty for a narrative, right? Everybody wants something to believe in, honestly, at this point.
True. Yeah, and that is a good sign, actually. People are hungry. They're just looking for opportunities. People are there. That's like that's the thing about Solana that always amazes me, that whatever market we're in, Solana is never dead. It always feels like when you're only on Solana, it always feels like the world is fairly okay, right? Sure, the SOL price goes down, but even if the SOL price is at $120, the market or Twitter and the protocol, everyone is still shipping, everyone is trading something. It never feels dead, which is funny.
No, never. And we love to talk about some of the bullish numbers here over on Solana. And so if that's something that you really care about, our friends over at Bird Eye launched a report called Solana 2025, the year of ICM, Internet Capital Markets. And man, oh man, there are so many takeaways from this report. And in fact, Simon, we have a very special guest after our main podcast. And what are we going to be talking about, man?
We're going to talk about everything that happens on Solami, and they bring numbers with them, which is the cool thing here in the Bird Eye report. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to talk a little bit about some of the technical features and stats we have on Solana, like the foundation we're building on, everything about validators and how well they operate these days, how it compares to earlier, what our average block times are, and all these kind of stats from the inside of the beast. And then I believe there might be also some DeFi related stats in there, if I'm not completely mistaken. But yeah, I think we'll see that in the episode with Bird Eye.
Yeah, no, this is a absolutely beautiful report. They put a lot of effort into it. Interesting data. We should be covering a lot more of this. So very happy to be talking about all the different parts of the Solana ecosystem and where we're going from here. But that's not all, folks. Not only is Solana great in terms of numbers, but also, Simon, the tech is good. So you want to talk about some of the cool shit that we're building on Solana?
Hell yeah. Let's kick it off. First of all, we have Etherfuse, which has partnered with Shinhan Securities to launch Korean government bonds. The collaboration introduces stable bonds, which are yield-bearing tokens backed by verifiable reserves, designed for institutional compliance and predictable returns, bridging traditional finance with on-chain infrastructure. Very interesting new financial primitives here, built, well, on Solana. Is it on Solana?
Yeah. It is on Solana.
Because Etherfuse also does other things, right? But okay.
Yes. Etherfuse works across the ecosystems, but yeah, they are working with Solana to launch this new Korean treasury bond. And of course, DFDV, a top Solana digital asset treasury, DAT, has launched the meme coin Don't. In partnership with Bonk Fund, DFDV has launched that meme coin with no roadmap, no utility, no cabal, and no promises. Those aren't my words. Those are theirs. 30% of the supply will sit in the DFDV balance sheet forever, which means that you're going to have exposure to the Don't meme coin as well as other tokens if you hold the DFDV stock. The DFDV team is made up of the ex-Kraken leadership, and they have a knack for splashy moves. So very cracked team over there.
And speaking of Bonk, Bonk also launches Winners Arc to award the best Solana traders with weekly rewards. So the top USD1 traders on Axiom will be competing for $200,000 each week. It's a lot of money. The top 50 traders by realized P&L will get an extra cash boost. You can qualify by trading supported USD1 pairs on Axiom and generating positive realized P&L. This is actually really cool, but also unfair to the people who lose money because they could use the rewards even more than the ones with positive P&L. But I get it.
It would be really funny if they did like a competition where you have the people who lose the most money.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, because it happens. Like, and at least then you have like the idea of, okay, maybe I win 100K for losing 20K. Anyway. Just an idea.
Of course, our friends over at Oro are always shipping. Oro launches Grail, a gold API for internet capital markets. Grail is the infrastructure layer that makes gold usable everywhere. Users can save, earn, borrow, and redeem in gold through one simple integration. Fully vaulted, audited monthly, Grail makes it simpler than ever to build real products on top of gold.
Bullish. Next up, we got Ranger Finance, who launches the Ultra X Arbitrage Vault. Managed by Vectis Finance, Ultra X is built to capture persistent funding spreads across perp dexes. By depositing in the Ultra X Vault, you can earn up to 20% APY through exposure for delta neutral positions across Hyperliquid, Drift, Aster, and Ladder.
Yeah, delta neutral positions are very sexy, but they're very tricky to do. 20% APY, doesn't that sound sexy, Simon?
It does sound a lot for delta neutral position across Hyperliquid, Drift, Aster, and Lighter. Interesting product.
Yes. And last but not least, in our section, the tech is good. Function has launched FBTC on Solana. Bitcoin is the asset and Solana is the infrastructure. Function is unlocking the full range of DeFi opportunities on Solana for Bitcoin holders in partnership with OG Solana protocols like Orca and Camino. FBTC's expansion is, of course, powered by Layer Zero's OFT standard, providing fast and secure cross-chain transfers.
The tech is good, We got lots of bullish news every single week here. Definitely some interesting items in there. But what's also interesting is your current location, isn't it? What are you doing,
Yeah, I am over in Kuala Lumpur, and I thought it'd be really appropriate to get in the mood a little bit. Let's get hype, motherfuckers!
Damn, what are you hyped for?
On chain, and that shift is happening right now. We're building systems that actually work together. One account, across chains, across products.
Is it crazy?
At CATLUMPURR, you'll see the full system live. All connected, all real.
Now, why are we even doing CATLUMPURR?
5 reasons to come. See how it works as one. Meet the people building it. Challenge the system. Shape what ships next. And set the direction. 4 days with 3 things that matter. The system, the people, and what comes next.
This motherfucker is locked.
CATLUMPURR, January 30th to February 2nd, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Be in the room where what comes next is decided.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's conference season has officially started. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the first Solana event of the year.
It is probably, yeah. It's even before Accelerate. So I don't think there was nothing happening after the New Year's. CATLUMPURR, the successor to CATStanbul, which was exactly 1 year ago. If you guys remember, what did we do there? We burned a cat, I think. But don't worry, It wasn't a cat. But we burned a big cat. We also burned a lot of Jupe tokens back then. That was also something that happened. And we brought together the Jupiter community. And I think right now, you expect this to be even bigger than last year, don't you?
Yeah, no, this is on track to be even bigger than CATStanbul. We have a very killer agenda. The team is working very hard. I was also telling Simon about the new Jupiter office. I'm also trying to convince him to get his Balkan ass over here.
Damn.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Let me talk to Kim.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, convince her. If you can do that, then. Chapeau. But yeah, I think what are the reasons why people should come?
Yeah, there's 5 different reasons why the Jupiter team is holding CATStanbul. Number 1 is that Jupiter ships quite a bit, and CATLUMPURR is a place where we tell the narrative of how all this stuff fits together. Number 2 is because the team and the ecosystem has expanded quite a bit. Now I think there's over, 120, 130 Jupiter team members, lots of new partnerships with Fluid, Athena. And so we're bringing everybody together. A real ecosystem has to meet in person. Number 3, there's so many things to talk about with regards to Jupiter's next evolution. So we're not just talking about JupeNet, guys. Did you know, Simon, that Jupiter is releasing a mobile game?
I had no idea.
fucking nuts. I didn't know either. So, we got to talk about like what the hell is coming up next in Jupiter aside from, what they're doing with the exchange, what they're doing with perps, et cetera, et cetera. And also, I mean, like there's just a bunch of fun community shit that's going on. They're going to have like a hot wings contest, like fitness, like push-ups, talent show. I think last year we had a bit of a talent show with the community. And last but not least, we're going to deep dive about the Web 4 thesis. Now, I don't know about you. I have read Meow's Web 4 thesis essay, and I do not understand it. So I am very much looking forward to like listening to the big cat himself and getting a download about like what the fuck is Web 4? What is social money? How do we have a chance to change how humans coordinate going forward? He has a lot of crazy ideas around it. So I'd actually like to dive a little deeper.
Yeah, I think we need to. I always feel like Meow has things in his head that he can't articulate properly that are actually really, really good. And then he does that. Like he always does it. Like he somehow brings it to life, but until then, no one gets it. And then when it's live, you're like, oh, this is what he was always talking about. So, and he did that before, and I think he might do it again. And obviously, he has great people beside him, right, that are working on his team. Not to mention Seong, who's probably a very big part in all the success that they had so far, but also the rest of the team. What do you think are the challenges of setting up such an event? You've done events yourself, and you've seen other people plan events, and now you look at CATLUMPURR and you see the size of it. How difficult is it to set up such an event? What do you think? And how long does it take to prepare for it? And how many people are working on it? Is it like an events team of 3 people that set it up, or are these people cooking in a whole department since 3 months? Or I have no idea actually.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. We have a full dedicated team on the CATLUMPURR side. So shout out to Ben Liu, Alicia, Ali Cat, AG. There's a whole media team with Sax, Little Unusual. I think Goatfish is coming as well. They're working in partnership with Super Duper Crazy, which is one of the events companies that works almost exclusively with Solana Foundation, but also with Jupiter. So the point is that there's a full team that's been working on this for almost a year now. And it's crazy, man. We're like 5 days out from the event and we still don't have a fixed agenda. And it's not because the Jupiter team, and we try not to do that like what we did last year, which was like fix the agenda like a few hours before the conference, and in some cases even during the conference. But we just can't help it because there's just so many new things and developments, and what's ready, what's not ready, like what are we ready to like. There's just so many different things. I don't even work at Jupiter, bro, but but they have so much stuff that they're shipping. It's quite fascinating.
What's your role in the conference for people that don't know?
Yeah, so I'll be hosting, making sure that the vibes are immaculate. So I'll be screaming on stage, making sure people are here in the audience to listen to all the amazing announcements from the Jupiter leadership as well as the devs. And not only that, but hopefully just being a friend to the ecosystem. If anybody wants to get in contact with the Jupiter team and ship some pretty incredible stuff, it's also I'm very happy to act as a kind of a router to the right people.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's what you excel in, just bringing the vibes to the conferences. I think you did it in Istanbul as well last year. It was the first time you hosted a Jupiter event. It was also kind of the beginning of your hosting arc, wasn't it? Like one of the first bigger...
Yeah, 2024, I had done like a couple events here and there, and and some of them were big, some of them weren't. But yeah, 2025 was definitely the year where I went a little bit too crazy with the conferences. In 2026, most people don't know this, but Simon has known this. Probably you knew it first before anybody else. But my wife is pregnant, so.
Oh, it's public now. It's public information. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we can finally say it. Yeah.
I mean, if this guy is saying this on stream, then okay.
Yeah,
so now I can tell it to Kim as well. I think she doesn't.
Yeah,
know. She just.
Yeah, it just means that I can't travel as much anymore because obviously I need to take care of my pregnant wife. I would be a total piece of shit if I wasn't at home taking care of her. So it's like, hey, honey, would love to stay home, but I got to go travel around the world to work at these conferences. Is not exactly a good argument.
I mean, first of all, big congrats. That's really big news, and also I think especially the more advanced the pregnancy continues forward, the more you have to be you have to be around her. Probably, maybe now you can still excuse yourself here and there for some travels at the beginning, since it's quite fresh, as I understand. But that's amazing. I have a few close people to me that actually also inside of my family. I just learned 2 weeks ago that there's another. I'm being another uncle. I'm already uncle, but I'm gonna be uncle again. So because there's also there's a lot of babies being made this year, as it seems. So that's great. Which months are we looking at? What's the months of?
I mean, fingers crossed, but fingers crossed. But I think that we're looking at August. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Here we go. That's my birth month, and that's also the birth month of my sister's baby. So August is going to be a good month for me. Lots of babies coming.
Yeah, bro.
My birthday coming. It's going to be a Leo, probably, I guess, as myself.
Nice.
So that's good. Looking forward.
Yes,
that's good news.
No, we're all very happy and looking forward to it. And I don't know, man. Just very excited to be a father. I want to get like some Solana merch for my kid. I don't know how exactly we're gonna make this happen, but
sure.
Get them started while they're young, Simon.
Yeah, you
Jupiter gear
for sure. Yeah, get him some Solana shades, like a little. How do you call the thing they suck on?
I think it's not a bib. It's a pacifier. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I've never heard that word. It's a Schnuller in Germany. So you take that thing and you put a Solana logo on top, and it's gonna be fun already, because he or she's gonna carry it with him or her like the whole time. So that's peak advertisement.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Good. Anything else we wanna mention when it comes to CATLUMPURR, or do you want to call it a day for today?
Yeah, I think that's just about it for today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Simon is looking more handsome than usual, but he's already pretty handsome to begin with. And I also think that we're going to start his presidential run for Solana. So watch out, Lily. We got Simon Molitor on
your ass. Right. Yeah, let's clip this and let's show it to her. She's gonna shadow ban me probably. Anyway. Thanks everyone for tuning in to Sol Brothers yet again. If you like the content and you want to see more of it, then subscribe to YouTube and follow us on X as well. Like the video, leave a comment, and do whatever the fuck you can do to help the show to grow, because we're here to stay and report to you with the latest and greatest about Solana for the time being and coming. Until next time, we wish you a good start to the week and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.